I didn't really take it seriously until like 18, 19. So growing up, it was just something to do, so I didn't have to do homework. I lost my job at Home Depot. I freaking hated it so much. I'm sorry. I lost my job at Home Depot and I hated it so much. I was doing stock work at Home Depot and it was horrible. So I lost my job and I came home. I had like 3 really shitty canvases and I painted on one and it was really like good, and I posted it and the response I got to it was just like overwhelming. So I was like, I can do this. Like, you know, like instead of giving away art for free or just keeping it to myself, I can share it with the world. Like, you know, like people accepted what I did, so it felt good. A lot. I don't work anymore, so being an artist, people like to look at art rather than like buy it, and like money not being consistent and still having bills to pay every month is like a crazy obstacle, as well as like teaching myself. I didn't go to school for it ever, so teaching myself, also trying to learn patience and everything. It's just like it gets hectic sometimes, a lot of the time. Every day, like literally every day. Anytime that I post something, anytime that people want to, especially when people inquire about art, people try to tell me how much I should charge for what I do. Yeah, it's an everyday struggle because people don't look at art for what it is. They look at it as just something to look at, rather than knowing the effort that goes into it, the stress and the tears and everything that I am that goes into my art. It just, people don't appreciate it anymore, I feel like. I do not have any fame, and I do get noticed in public quite often now, more than like ever. So it's good and I appreciate it, but it's awkward. But I don't think I have any fame, like, because it doesn't count if it's just on the internet. Like I don't know. I like real life. I fuck with real life. It's so horrible. Like nothing goes right anytime, because like first of all, I don't like being the center of attention. So if I have a shoot, I have to prepare myself to go be the center of attention, as well as I'm usually in front of a bunch of people I don't know, and I have to do something that I don't really understand. Like, you know, people want different things from me. Like people see me different ways. So if I'm modeling, I'm really just a part of someone's art. So I have to adapt to what someone thinks. So an average day, I mean, it's pretty cool. I wake up in the morning and I just sit there. I just sit there for a second and be like, all right, gotta get used to what I look like right now. Gotta let go of all my insecurities. Gotta know, just gotta accept myself for a second and be able to be as vulnerable as possible, because you're about to get judged for about a good few hours. And once I get there, it's pretty cool, as long as it's some Future playing or something that can be kind of comfortable, and some good food. Let's note that we need good food. Photo shoots, models, we eat. Aside from like myself and knowing where I want to go, I want to have kids one day. So like that's a big part of why I do what I do and why I'm so serious about it, because I don't want them to ever have to go through anything like what I went through growing up. And it's up to me to change that. You know, like if anything I want, I have to get myself. So that's really it. Like I just know one that I know now, because everyone that I know is like we all keep each other motivated. We all try to be as positive as possible in everyone's life. But like ultimately, my goal is to have something for my kids to fall back on and not have to stress as much as I am about getting to where I want to be. That's what I want to do. Yes, I am. The Huxtables Collective. It's cool. Like I have a really good manager, so like she's very understanding of who I am as far as who I was, even though like she didn't know me. She's very understanding, and she also understands like I am an artist and I'm not just someone trying to make a quick buck. And it's cool. Like my life literally changed within a matter of like 3 weeks. Like I've only been married for a good like 4 weeks maybe. And like my life is completely different because you enter someone else's world, and like when you respect someone, obviously someone else is going to respect them. And when you see the type of people that they bring around, it's like I can be around these people every day, you know, and like it just feels good to not be alone and not have to feel like you have to always rely on yourself. I worked with a lot of cool people. I met the internet through my manager, and I met like Ben Staples. I met Tyler, which was an amazing experience. I really love him. Like he's a creative genius. I worked with I mainly work with local people. I try to kind of help build people up with the fame that I have, but I have some stuff that I don't want to talk about right now quite yet, but I have a lot of surprises coming soon. Yeah, I do. I want to make people see I want to make people see everything that art is as art. So like I want to do a lot of things. So say if I wanted to make a couch, I want people to see the couch as a piece of art rather than like, oh, I'm gonna just sit my ass on this couch right now and just let that be that. So I really just want to make people see art for art rather than just see it as something like they're just looking at, because I don't think people really understand like literally everything is someone's piece of art. Like literally everything, a building, a bench, a bus, like anything. So I just want to kind of open people's eyes and also let them know like art has no limits. Like I feel like a lot of people limit art and then limit themselves. So I want to kind of like expand people's mind on like their perception of it. Don't care at all. Like don't, as long as you're honest with yourself, as long as what you make is true to you, someone's going to relate. Like everyone has something in common. Usually artists have pain. Like we make a lot of art from pain, but like we're not the only people that feel pain. Everyone feels pain. So someone's going to understand what you go through, even if they never went through what you went through. You also just have to be you have to be okay with being vulnerable. People mistake being vulnerable with being like weak, but it's really probably the strongest thing anyone can ever do. Like it takes a lot of like bravery and a lot of like honesty with yourself to just completely be like, this is how I feel, this is how I perceive this, and this is what I want to show the world with no apologies, like at all. So I just would tell them not to care. Like don't make art for other people. Make art for yourself, because it's a bit of a safe haven, but it's also like a therapeutic thing too. So this one is a digital. It's one of the first digital pieces that I did. It's called "Kiss My Ass" because she has lips tattooed on her ass. It's actually someone's real life booty. Shout out to Booty. This one is Gucci Mane's ice cream cone. I love Gucci Mane. I like grew up on like Guwap and everything. So I just really wanted to. I usually do a lot of Guwap pieces. Now I try not to anymore because people made it trendy. But like, shout out to Guwap for him. And this one is no face, no trace, because like people send nudes and like they feel as though that's a bad thing. But I kind of like to play on it because shout out to nudes, and like I mean no face, no trace. That's like a real life motto. Like that's a real life thing in people's world of iMessaging now. But yeah, this one I'm a Future fan. It's the toilet says where your ass was at, because I'm funny like that, you know. But I saw a picture on Twitter and like I was like, yo, this is pretty awesome and shit. Like I really like Future, so I had to like remake that one for myself, but I sold it, so it's kind of not really for myself. And this one is just a nude. I do Polaroid paintings. That's what these two are. I really like Polaroids, and I just wanted to do something different with my art, like something that's kind of like a signature. And I see a lot of things, and I take a lot of pictures. I just never really post them because I don't like to social network too much. So I figured if I paint them, that's kind of like incorporating my art into like my other art. I guess taking pictures is art. This one, this is my baby that I did for tour. I never showed it though, because I felt like it was shitty. But now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty good. It's a koi fish. When I first learned how to draw, when I was in high school, I had my teacher, shout out to Mr. Doyle, he showed me how to draw koi fishes, and like I just really love Japanese art. I'm not Asian or anything. But like I just love the Asian culture. I grew up with Asians, so I just generally have like an appreciation for their culture, and I just really love koi fishes and like little flowers. So yeah, that's that. And this one I did the other day. I'm very big on like nasty art because like I try to the point of a lot of my art is to make people feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and sex makes a lot of people uncomfortable, even though it's something everybody does. Almost everybody does. We all just get uncomfortable talking about it, talking about what's real. Like her vagina isn't shaved. That's real life. Like people we're not bald every single day. And I don't know, I just like nasty shit too. Also, I don't know, it's just kind of in your face, but not really. Like sex is a great thing, and people just try to make it seem like it's not. Like, you know, like it's a little deeper than what people portray it as, but like it's a really beautiful thing that I feel like people should feel comfortable talking about. So it's how we got here. Like it's literally a circle of life. So, and this one I made, this is like literally the first personal piece I ever made. I went through, I had a miscarriage about a few months ago when I was dealing with my ex, and it was something that really like changed my life. Like it completely woke me up and made me realize like a lot of things about myself, about life, and about like where I want to be. So I kind of tried to make it funny because like, you know, you see the hairy legs and everything, but basically like this is my point of view of what I saw when I miscarried my child. It was a very traumatic thing. It was a bunch of blood. It was a lot of like, and bottling it in, I just let it out through my art because I need to learn how to not hold anything in, and that's why I make art. So it's like, why not be as vulnerable as possible, you know? So